Converted man here. Hi, how's it going? Okay, so why is this a thing? All right, so freedom of speech, very important, I think. Very important to humanity, not just, America, where we have it in our Constitution. I think that free speech is absolutely necessary, that everyone, regardless of what they have or have not done, is should be able to say whatever, and that is there's no restriction on that just because somebody did something bad doesn't mean that they don't get to speak anymore. But other people don't feel that way. Well, anyways, so Saturday Night Live hasn't been funny in a while, I don't think. It's just my subjective opinion. I randomly saw this particular video, sketch. I'm not going to play it because copyright. I'm going to show the still from it, though, and talk about the comment I made on this and the responses I got to that comment. So, all right. So the punchline to spoil this sketch is that, isn't it funny that all these people are banned? So we've got Kevin Spacey, we've got Roseanne, we've got Apu, we've got Matt Lauer, Bill Cosby, Baby Spice, the Olsen twins, Jared from Subway, and Jill. Oh man, I can't really see the bottom one. Jill Bowman. I don't know. Whatever. He does things with puppets or whatever. Okay. I think he does the. I don't know. Whatever. So throughout this, that they because of the whatever they said, they're not going to be shown. Haha! Isn't that funny? That's the whole. That is the joke, quote unquote. Is here's Hollywood Squares, but we're gonna omit everything that Bill Cosby says because all the thing because he's in jail now for raping people, so we can't show him on TV. So he's okay. We'll and then Jared he was a pedophile, so we can't show him. And Apu we can't show him, and the guy that does the puppets we can't do any of that because his puppets will offend people. Forget about Roseanne. Roseanne's been canceled. We can't have her. Can't have Kevin. Ha 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 ha. Censorship. Ha ha ha. It's so funny. We can't show any of this censorship. The only one that survived it at the end was Baby Spice, because she hasn't done anything yet that will cancel her. But it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. And so that's the whole punchline. It's so funny that we're not going to show any of these people because they've all been canceled. It's so funny. So I wrote, it's so not funny that censorship is a thing. So I thought that was a legitimate comment to make, on this video. Cherd Ferguson thinks I'm so edgy. Thank you very much. So here we go with the insanity. Let it begin. Interesting that you think sexual predators should have a platform. So this having a platform, quote unquote, thing has become absorbed, if you will, into the zeitgeist of online discussion. That who has a platform and who has a right to have a platform. And what that means is somewhat nebulous, but essentially, they don't get to speak. That's what you're saying is you can't have them as a guest on their show to talk to you or discuss whatever because you're giving them your platform. Let's say you're a YouTuber and you have 1 million subscribers and you get tens of thousands of views a day for every video you upload or whatever. And so if you had an interview, had an opportunity to talk to Bill Cosby in jail. You somehow get the permission to do this. You get to have an interview. Wow. What questions would you ask him? I mean, there's so many things I'd want to ask him. Why did you do this? Or did you do this? Are you maintaining innocence? What happened? How do you feel about this? What do you have to say about to your accusers or to anyone out there? And etc. But oh well, he did this bad thing, so you're giving him a platform, so you're evil too, and you also need to be taken away from our site because we don't want to hear or see what that bad person has to say. Doesn't matter what they have to say. It might be good, it might be bad, it doesn't matter. They did a thing that was bad, so now that person can't be platformed, can't be given any chance to talk or discuss or be anywhere. They can't be on YouTube. Got to get rid of them on YouTube. Can't be on Twitch. Can't be on Twitter. Can't be on Facebook. Can't be anywhere online. Can't be anywhere offline. Not allowed on the stage. Not allowed to come talk to people that pay for them to come talk to them from their own pockets. They want to hear what the guy. Maybe after Cosby gets out of jail, people want to have him do a comedy routine, and they raise the money themselves and they go and do it, and then some idiot protesters say no, we gotta shut that down. Just don't watch it. It's not okay. Just who cares? They did it. It's their thing. It's nothing to do with you. But no platforming. Look, it's one thing if I say, look, I'm not going to have such and such person on because I just don't want to, whatever. That's your choice. I'll talk to anyone. I don't care. But, how dare you give them a platform? So, yes, I do think that everyone has access or should have access to speech. If that's a platform, so be it. So I just said that freedom of speech is a principle that supports freedom of individual or community to articulate their opinions and ideas without fear of retaliation, censorship, or legal sanction. That's what freedom of speech is. I just Googled it, and then I just copy and pasted the First Amendment. I thought that was really, that's all I need as my counters. First Amendment, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. I don't know how to tell you this. Here comes the excuses. But a sketch comedy show isn't Congress. They can't make laws that silence people. Way to miss the point. Way to just completely miss the point in full. Okay? Furthermore, I don't give a fuck what the first says. Rapists, pedophiles, and other monsters should never have a platform. If we can take away their Second Amendment rights, we should be able to take away their first too. Wow, isn't that lovely sentiment? Well, I don't know if we can take away the Second Amendment rights. I don't know. I suppose it depends what they did. I don't know, the legal stuff. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know that it's something constitutional that we can take away somebody's right to carry a firearm. I don't particularly like firearms. I have my issues with the gun carrying thing, but whatever, it's like, look, that's part of our thing, and I support that because it's in there. I think that there's certain restrictions that maybe make sense, but you still allow it. Just like now, freedom of speech, I'm an extremist when it comes to freedom of speech. I think all speech should be allowed, period, end of story. Not just some speech, or that there should be limits on. No, I think that, no, it should be, anyone can say whatever the hell they want, period. But that's just me, and coded into the law is that. But yes, it's a sketch show. I know that. I'm not saying that they're actually censoring people, but they are making fun of the fact that, good, people are getting censored. Isn't that hilarious? Isn't that funny? We can't ever have. Now, does that mean you can never have a sketch with an actor portraying one of these canceled people? Or can you only do it as long as it shows them in a negative light, Isn't that funny? Because at first the joke was, I thought they were going to have, like, they had Bill Cosby, and I was like, oh, and it was like, oh, I so trust him. And I'm, like, oh, that's going to be, let's make fun of what they did, right? That fine. Okay, fine. But no, let's just, we're cutting that out because we can't show Bill Cosby. Oh, we can't have that person because that's, we just can't show the entire show because all these people are so many problems. So I thought I'd put another quote up for his consideration. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. So, I to understand that you speak for rapists then? What the hell does that mean? I don't know. I speak for all people that whatever they've done or haven't done, they deserve free speech. Period. End of story. It's that simple. Because that's the vibe I'm getting. Yeah. Also, to be clear, nobody actually got censored here. Oh, God. But people are getting censored. That's the problem. Is, yes, they're making fun of it, but actually, this is really happening. Ha ha ha. Huh? If they were making fun of censorship, fine, but they weren't. You know that, right? Like, the people got blurred out. They're actors. Yeah, whatever. Okay. This guy doesn't get it, okay? Bill, rapist, Cosby, Jared, pedophile, Fogel, Matt, lock him in the office and sexually assault them. Lawyer weren't actually censored at all. They weren't even in the fucking building. No, but they have been censored for real. Anyways, I said censorship's not a funny thing. To be fair, SNL hasn't been funny for quite some time. Free speech is for all, just not free speech is for all, not just for those we like. Anyways, I guess I triggered that guy. Whatever, I don't care. So, my realm, broadly speaking, is logic. That's usually what I try to do here. Try to look at arguments from theists and point out the logical fallacies. But another thing that I am very passionate about, is the freedom of expression. Ideas must be expressed. And one of the core components in logic is ad hominem and poisoning of the well. Attacking the person is a logical fallacy. Poisoning the well against the person or the person's ideas, because the person that says whatever is whatever. Oh, so Bill Cosby comes out and says, smoking is bad for you, and go, that guy is a rapist. Why are we listening to a rapist? How dare he speak? Well, that's just poisoning the. It's not a dismantling of the statement. It's not a rebuttal. It's, this guy did this thing, and I'm going to attack him. So it's a combo. It's both ad hominem and poisoning of the well. It doesn't matter. The person and or group of people are irrelevant to the argument being made. And an argument all dialogue can be seen as argumentation to some degree. All types of dialogue are trying to do something. There's a goal in every type of dialogue that we have. So I am making all these statements. I am, in essence, making an argument. Now, we don't necessarily have syllogisms in our normal everyday speech. That might be interesting if we did, but nonetheless, everything I'm saying can be evaluated using logic. Is it true or not? Is it, did I make a fallacy here or there? And what was that? And how, it's like, oh, you could have said this instead of that. It's like, yeah, you're right. This is off the cuff. This is live. I'm not, scripting any of this. This is, But that correction is fine. But in a society where we are censoring people, and we are, Roseanne got banned off of Twitter and fired from her own show for a tweet that she made that was racist. Oh my God. And she didn't know, whatever. She was like, whatever. And she deleted it, but it was too late. It got out. And so she gets censored. She gets removed. She doesn't, so now, then they made a new show called The Conners where Roseanne's dead. Yeah. God. I would love, here's how that show, I've never watched the show because I started watching Roseanne because I was there for Roseanne. I was like, I'm on board. Oh, she voted for Trump? That's great. The rest of the family didn't. That's hilarious. There's going to be all sorts of good little bits about that. And why not? It's a fun thing. Who cares who voted for what? But let's talk about that because that's real stuff, right? And Dan's alive because in the last episode of Roseanne, Dan was dead. The last season was all like the last episode said it was all the last season of Roseanne had been all a story that Roseanne had been telling. None of it really happened. And by the way, Dan's dead. So in this one, just Dan's alive. And they're like, yeah, people keep thinking I'm dead. I don't know. And it's just a joke. And like, it's never explained away or anything. Like, it's just there. And that's kind of funny. So I would think if they were worth their salt, which they're not, but she made a deal with the powers that be, Roseanne did. This is how good of a person she is. That she made a deal that the show could continue without her. She's like, fine, I'll be canceled. But these people have, they are here. Let's do that. So that's what they did. They wrote her off by killing her, and they just call the show The Conners because you can't call it Roseanne. She's gone. But it'd be funny if in the end of that series, which I don't think will last long, but it'd be funny if the last episode, Roseanne's there, and she's like, and so I made up all that story because everybody but me is dead. Ha 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 ha! Or something, it'd be great. It'd be hilarious. I don't know. Anyways, censorship, bad. Oh, look, he did a bad thing. It doesn't. It's relevant because they still have things to say. Those things, those ideas, might be true. They might be false. They might be horrible. But this is where it starts so slowly and subtly, And this has happened before with books getting banned from schools. Huck Finn. How many times has Huck Finn been banned from being in schools? Or there other books that have been banned frequently. And of course, then Dr. Seuss decided we're not going to publish these 2 books because they have images that might be racist. Oh, and the Wizards of the Coast said, oh, these Magic the Gathering cards, they're so powerful, we have to ban them. Not the actual cards. The cards weren't powerful. The images could be seen as racist, so we need to ban them. It's so silly. It's all ridiculous. And you think, no, it's fine. And you let it go, and you think, oh, it's okay because, okay, yeah, I can get it. We're getting rid of the bad people. We don't want to hear from the bad people. You know, they did something bad. We don't need to, what could they possibly contribute to society? You know, that person killed 1 million people. They don't deserve to say anything. Okay, so we're not going to do any interview with them. No, because nothing they say matters. Okay, if they write a book, nobody should publish it. Right, yeah. Shouldn't be published. So what happens to the book they write? I don't care. Throw it away. It's credit. Doesn't matter. Whatever they say doesn't matter. Let's just ignore that they exist because they did a bad thing. Oh, okay. All right. And rapists. Oh, okay. And who else? All right. Well, the pedophiles. Okay. And who else? Well, I don't know. I mean, anybody that does a federal crime. Oh, okay. Who else? Well, I don't know. Maybe anyone that goes to jail. That's, if you go to jail, you're a bad person. Oh, really? And if you say a racist thing, maybe you don't deserve a platform either. And if you said something that upset somebody, and then and then you might think that this is great. You've gotten rid of all these terrible things, all these people. You don't have to think about them anymore. You don't have to see them or hear them anymore. And it's so fantastic and it's beautiful. And those people basically like they don't exist anymore. And then you say the thing and you find yourself on the other side and you're like, no, not me. Look, I made a mistake. I turned left. I didn't see that I wasn't supposed to turn left. Well, you're going to jail. You don't get to speak anymore. You said anyone that went to jail didn't get to speak, and now you're going to jail. Guess what? You no longer get to speak. It's great until it affects you. It's great until it affects you. You don't know when that's going to be. You might think, oh, this censorship here, that's good. This censorship of that person because they did that thing, that's good. You might think that. You might really feel that. But what if that person that did the terrible thing, whatever the terrible, horrible thing was that they did, they killed 1,000 people, after they raped them, and then they ate them after that, I don't know, whatever, and then tortured them, and, all these terrible things that they did, and they spend their life in prison, as they should, but they're studying medicine, and they go, hey, wait a minute, here's a formula, this will cure, insert disease here. But their speech is shut down because they are evil. They're bad. They're horrible. They're vile. We don't want to hear what they have to say. They don't get access to any platform out there on the internet. And then nobody wants to publish their book because that, if they do, then they might get shut down. So they cured whatever, but we don't get to know. Now you might say, well, that's kind of ridiculous. It's far-fetched. But we don't know. That's the thing. Ideas must be measured independently of the person or group that's producing those ideas. That's it. That's what freedom of speech allows us to do. Sometimes the bad ideas win. Oh, yeah, no doubt. But we can't be so afraid that happens that we shut down all speech because we're afraid, or shut down some speech because we're afraid that the bad ideas will win. Because I'll tell you, the worst idea is to start censoring ideas codified into religion. Don't blasphemy against God. Oh, don't say words against God. I can't say God sucks. I can't say fuck God in the asshole. I can't say Jesus Christ fucked his own mom. No. Okay. Just making sure. Wait, I have some more questions. I can't say that the Holy Spirit is a piece of shit. No, you can't say that. Okay, is that blasphemy of the Holy Spirit? No, that's something different. All right. But I can't say that. No, it's codified. You're not allowed. All right. Just making sure. I can't call God a poopy head to his face if I ever see his face, but no man's seen his face, even though other verses say that people have seen parts of him. I don't know, maybe nobody's seen his face, but other people did, but it doesn't matter. No, you can't do that. It's not allowed. Oh, all right. Although it's forgivable. Oh, okay. So I can say it, but I shouldn't say it. Right. Well, Jesus did say none of the laws are gone, but he also said none of the laws matter. So, if you love God, then you'll follow the commandments. So then you have to prove that you love God by following the commandments. Yeah. So yeah, you shouldn't blaspheme against. It's okay. So it's nonsense. Okay. The reason it's there is to protect God from criticism. There is no God, by the way. At least not that God at any rate. I can say that for a certain decent amount of certainty, or at least the God that people tend to talk about that they extrapolate from the Bible. Now, not everybody's the same, so it's different gods. Just a bit. Well, okay, I'm getting nuanced. I better not do that. I'd rather make broad, sweeping generalizations. YouTube and Twitter and Google and all these things, the Facebook and things like this, these big entities that have become what we call social platforms or social networks, where people are exchanging thoughts rapidly back and forth. And goodness knows if that's good or bad. I don't have any idea. You know, I got out of Facebook. I got out of Twitter. I feel much better about it. But I'm not safe. I have still, and I will, I guess, have forever on my account a strike because I had a video that was in private mode, no less, that was a song about Hitler, and it was silly. It was a stupid song. It was meant to be a joke. It was a joke, obviously, but they considered it hate speech, and the fact that it's a joke doesn't matter. It's still hate speech. Now, what's hate speech? Well, anything that's against people that are of a protected whatever, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, then who's that? Well, whoever we decide that is. Okay. Is that all the time, or is that all, like, how? It's nebulous. Okay, well, that seems okay, maybe. You say, well, they're a private company. They're able to do that. Well, yes. But maybe they should say, yes, we're a private company, but freedom of speech has to apply to us because that's what it is about. It's YouTube, not our tube. It doesn't belong to them. It's supposed to belong to us, right? Well, it doesn't, though. Whatever. Interesting. So yeah, Kepler's book about the solar system being heliocentric was a banned book. All right. So I mean, whether the idea is right, wrong, good, bad, whatever, we must be able to take it apart and examine it and say, all right, here's the thing. So let's talk to Jared from Subway. Why not? That would be an interesting interview. I would get views. Don't think it wouldn't. Why? Why did you do it? What were you thinking? What's going on? Why? Now, why do we want to hear that? Because if we can understand his psychology, if we can understand him and understand why he did what he did and how he was able to get away with any of it for any length of time, then maybe we can use that knowledge in some way to prevent it from happening again. But if we're going to censor him, well, and you might say, well, but let's leave that to the experts. They can interview him behind closed doors. We, the public, we're too sensitive to deal with that. I don't know, just an idea, but I think I'm mature enough to decide what I can handle watching and cannot handle watching. I will not watch the movie Master of, I think it's called Master of Puppets or Puppet Master. That's it. Puppet Master. Scary movie I saw once when I was a kid. Not going to watch it again. Just not. Yeah, there's plenty of sequels. I know it exists. I could watch it. I'm not going to watch it. I don't want to watch it. It's going to scare me. I watch other scary movies, but I'm not going to watch that one. But that's up to me. I get to pick that. I get to decide that. I get to decide what I want to consume or don't want to consume. And yeah, sometimes you go, oh, I wish I hadn't seen that. But you can't unsee it. And you're like, all right, whatever. Maybe it's going to traumatize you. Maybe you're going to need psychology. But damn, hell, we're all broken to some extent. We probably all need psychology. I don't know. But just because it might hurt someone at some point, at some level, doesn't mean that it's banned for everybody. We must ensure that speech is free for all, no matter what they've done or haven't done, whether it's an individual or a group, that whatever it is they have to say, that they have the right to say it. And you might say, well, I'm not going to give them my platform. Well, fine. You don't have to do that. You're free to not talk to whoever you want to not talk to. But that's very different from, and neither should you. You're not allowed to talk to them either. And we've seen this happen already in the past. I'll bring it up. Richard Dawkins was disinvited from talking to a college because he retweeted out a Sci 10 Atheist video that was about feminism and Islam. And therefore, he got canceled from a talk where he was going to talk about science. Why? What? How does that make any sense? It makes no sense. And that's one example. There's been plenty of others. Whether you hate the I hate this guy. I hate this they're problematic. I hate that word, problematic. Ugh. Well, they don't watch them. Just don't listen to them then, I guess. But that's the other thing. Now, I've seen that, by the way. I saw a comment this a while back, but it stuck in my mind. I've read and heard enough about this person to know what kind of person they are. Oh, okay. So you're not going to actually listen to the person themselves. You're just going to listen to other people talk about that person. Well, that's an interesting way to make up your mind about somebody, but okay. I think that there's some lack of critical thinking going on. If I want to hear, why not listen to the person about that thing that you're accusing them of and what they have to say about it themselves? Well, because I know what all these other people said, so they made up my mind for me. Oh, okay. Great. Good. Do that. Makes no sense. Whatever. Yes, you will block people online because they're trolls. Is that censorship to some extent? Well, I don't have to deal with that spam. I don't have to deal with that nonsense because there's a rule. If you play by the rule, then you get to do it. If somebody's just saying, nom, 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 they're free to do that, but you're also free to take them outside of the building where they can do that won't bother other people because they were doing that and interrupting something else that was going on. So there's a fairness that also is paramount, that you're free to speak and I'm free to speak, but you were not supposed to use that against each other. So there has to be some rules to it. And we have to be very careful with those rules because we don't want to wind up censoring what the person has to say. And that works both ways. It doesn't matter who's on the stage speaking. We give them, because we gave them that stage to speak on. We agreed that they got to go up there and take that microphone and say whatever for whatever amount of time. Somebody organized this, somebody turned on the sound equipment, and unless that person was you, I don't think you get to decide, oh, never mind. All these people showed up to listen to this person talk, and then you're going to come along and say, no, I've decided that person doesn't get to talk to all these people. I'm deciding that for them. No, you don't get to do that. I blocked myself because I know what I'm like. Right, yeah, well. And I've been accused, well, not going to go into my own stuff, but yeah. What freedom of speech is yes, you say whatever. Even lies, you're allowed to lie, but people can say, hey, look, like, they say, hey, look, take down this video you made of me because that video is a lying video. There's nothing in it that's true. Could you take that down? That's not anti-free speech. You're asking somebody to do something. They can say no, but what you did is not against free speech. You just say, hey, look, I don't like this video. You need to take it down? No. Okay, fine. All right. Well, I thought I'd ask, Maybe there's a discussion to be had. Why do you want me to do this? All right, There's nuance, is what I'm saying. But ultimately, yes, I'm a free speech extremist, and but even there's still rules, so you can't get away from rules. Any rate, so I've said my piece. I think Saturday Night Live is a waste of time, but you know what? They're still allowed to say whatever they want for now, until one of their people does something, and then that person can't be on their show. And then does that mean that any episode that person was in is also gone? It does that. It was like, oh, the joke that you found funny that Bill Cosby told, whatever. Now you can't find that joke funny because of what he did. No, his joke is still funny. Just the guy did something bad. Okay, he did something bad. People do bad things. People are bad. Some people are good. Some people that are good say bad things that are wrong and incorrect. And some people that are bad say good things that are right and correct. So we've got to allow all the ideas to be out there and hope and strive for logic and reason to prevail. And yes, it's funny that censorship is a thing in a way that's very dark and sad, because it's so funny that all these people are canceled. Ha ha ha. Ha. Hilarious. Thank you for listening. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I see you chatting in the chat, but YouTube doesn't care about what you do there. The algorithm only cares if you put a comment below the video once it's a video. I've told you this before, but none of you seem to care because you won't post anyways. This is the part where I'm like, please do it, and you don't do it. I don't know why I bother. Ugh, whatever. You could say bananas. Just it doesn't matter. Post numbers. It doesn't, just say like, hey, in this video, Deconverted Man admits to having a crush on Dallas Wade. You can post that if you want. I don't care. By the way, I got a confession to make. Dallas Wade, no. I'm a bit torn about free speech since there's a truckload of people incapable of evaluating what is said and really don't want like fascism to win just because the loudest often win. Well, there's a risk. There's always a risk. There's a risk that the bad ideas win. That is a risk. And all we can do is promote logic and reason and hope that that prevails. It might not. And if it doesn't, well, then we go to war, I suppose, and we fight, and then we get back free speech, and maybe then we look at the past and realize the mistake we made this time. We haven't done it yet. Humans are kind of dumb about that. We don't seem to really learn from the past that well, but who knows? Maybe it will work this time. I don't know. Maybe we're all insane and crazy. So, at any rate, thanks for joining, listening, etc. I'm gonna wrap up now. I've done my rant. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Germania missed all this. Sorry. But like I said, you can post anything. I don't care. Whatever. As long as it's not anything against lobsters, that will get you banned. I'm sorry. I tolerate every form of speech except for anti-lobsterism. That one cannot stand. Okay, I don't care. All right, peace out. Zengist? What's his? It's Zengeist. Stop censoring. Yeah, Zengeist, whatever. I can't say words right. All right, thanks for listening. Comment below, like it, don't like it, share it, maybe make your own video about free speech, or don't. I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, we're all free for now, or at least somewhat, until things aren't. I don't know. Well, I'll see you later. Maybe. I don't know. Next time I'll be back. I'll be doing the Christian thing, I guess, and talking about that. It should be fun. Bye.